Hi everyone, this is Ankur Mattoo and welcome to Passive Wealth Geeks. Today we are going to talk about how much real estate do you need to retire from your day job. So let's dive in. Let's see how much real estate do you need to retire. So before we get to that number, let's talk about how much it will cost to get one house, right? So let's see a house for $100,000. We decided to put 20% down in a very traditional route. You don't have to do any other fixes or anything. Let's just assume you're just putting down that 20%. Simple, straightforward. You're getting, let's say, $1,000 in rent for that house. Mortgage, principal and interest expenses are around 500, and taxes and insurance come out to be around $200. So that would give you a cash flow of 300 for the month, and for the year it'll be 3600. So now you're going to obviously automate this and have some sort of a property management take care of the house, unless you're planning to do it yourself. So let's assume that there'll be property management and they'll take 10% of everything. Now, if you're doing Airbnb, this will be 20% or higher, and that'll be a little different. So I'll talk about that in another video. But for this long-term rental, let's just assume you're paying 10%. This will give you a net cash flow of 2400 for the year, and let's assume there are some other expenses through the year, so we'll round it off to $2000. So $2000 of cash flow for the year is probably not going to be enough when we're talking about retiring. So let's do something else here. Let's multiply everything by 50 and see where we land. So we see net cash flow per year has become $120,000. So that started to look better. And for getting that, now you have to buy a house for $5 million. You have to put down $1 million, and that would have to have a rent of $50,000. So nobody would typically pay $50,000 and look for houses of 5 million. And so this gives us to what are our options? How do we get to this? So you can either buy 50 single family homes or you can buy a 50 unit apartment complex. The single family is going to be lower on upfront capital. It's going to take though longer to scale because you'll have to buy like 50 units a year at a time, and that'll take 50 years. Or you can buy two in a year and buy it in 25 years, or so on and so forth. It's going to also be a little bit riskier during economic downturn. That is primarily because when people leave, the units are vacant, and then the owners have to still continue to pay bills. And that doesn't happen in multifamily. In multifamily, if you have a 50 unit multifamily and a few units are vacant at a given time, you're still getting the income from the other units. So that's one of the big benefits. And then you have economies of scale, which you'll not see in single family, right? So you have like one roof to replace in an apartment complex. You have 50 roofs to replace in for single family. You will have one management company to deal with that is in the apartment versus like having multiple. Hopefully this helps, and you can use this to come up with your own number for how much real estate you need to retire.